It's the Joe Show. It's the Joe Show. It's the Joe Show. It's the Joe Show. On a sick one. 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 On a sick one.
And we are back with episode 4 of the On a Sick One podcast with my co-host, full-time, never part-time Tony. He's a hell of a guy. And I just want to take 2 seconds real quick on the 4th episode of the On a Sick One podcast to shout out a couple of people. You know me. Joe shouts out a lot. Full-time Tony, Culture and Cannabis. Thank you so much for helping me put together and produce this show. It means the world to Joe. I know you don't like it when I speak in third person. Nobody does. I actually want to kick my own ass when I do it, but I'm going to continue to do it all night because it's the Joe Show. It's the On a Sick One podcast. I also want to shout out to Lifestyle Studio. We are in their building, and they are taking care of us heavily. You see this sign right here? You might have thought that me or Tony went and had that thing made. You're wrong.
Nope.
Jay did it. So shout out to Lifestyle Studio. If you're looking to record a podcast and you want to be like your boy Joe, hit me up. I'll put you in touch.
Wow, Plug City, dude. Fucking A. I love you.
I love helping people out. I don't know if, part of the problem in life these days is everybody is so for themselves. And you should be. You should want to have your own back. You should want to pick yourself up. You should want to be like everybody else. It's me time. But at the same time, being able to help people and to bring light and to bring love and to show compassion and to just enjoy seeing other people win, to me, is one of the greatest attributes of me on this planet.
I would agree.
Do you agree?
Yes.
I genuinely care if you're winning. If you're down, you're out. I don't know. If you're having dark thoughts, call me. If you don't have my number, DM me.
Joetivation.
Joetivation. I've been doing these Motivational Monday posts. I don't know if you guys have been checking those out. And by the way, I also want to thank all of the listeners that have listened to the last 3 episodes. Thank you so much. We appreciate you guys so much. Couldn't do without the listeners. We're going to try to grow this thing. Make sure you like, subscribe, share. Tell your friends.
Comment.
Please comment too. Give me some feedback. If it's super negative, get the hell out of there. If it's constructive criticism, give me that all day long.
Sorry.
I can take that. But no, the listener, dude, you guys are fantastic. Thank you so much. And where was I?
Joetivation.
Oh, Joetivation. So I've been doing these Motivational Monday posts. The people that follow me on Instagram, I don't know. Like I said, it goes back to building people up and enjoying seeing people win. And life is hard, man. It's fucking tough out here in these streets. Life goes up, down, and side to side. You don't know where you're going to be tomorrow, but if you wake up with a positive mindset and you get after it, you get up, get out, get active, and go out there and be yourself and be somebody.
Be somebody.
Be somebody, which if you're being yourself, you are somebody. So if you're in your car right now or you're at home and you're listening to this or you're watching this, I want you to take that with you tomorrow and into the leading days coming up. Let me give you a little Joe build you up real quick because that's what I love to do. And it's the On a Sick One podcast, episode 4, full-time Tony. How are you? How are you doing?
I'm phenomenal, dude. I don't think I could be any better right now. Like I have this almost like butterflies in my stomach for how excited I am for the beginning of this podcast. And we said a super dope ad read, and then the intro has been insane. I mean, best podcast I think I've ever listened to, and I'm live right here, right now.
Live and in action. And the best things in life, Jay, you can attest to this, are the things that are live and in action and in your face. The Joe Show, I want to remind people, sure, this is quote unquote a podcast. However, I don't want to be like other people's podcasts. I want to be dope. I want to be original. I want to be different. I want to be entertaining. I want to grab you and get you in your seat and get you all wet and weird. Not wet, but weird for sure. Maybe not wet. Maybe not wet. Maybe not wet. But definitely want to get you in your chair and get you hot.
But maybe wet.
Hot and bothered, baby. But no, I just want it to be the Joe Show. The Joe Show. The Joe Show. Which, by the way, I am making a intro and exit song to the podcast.
Let's go.
It's going to be good. I can guarantee you that. And we're going to actually drop that. Jay, I haven't told you that, but we're going to actually drop that onto this podcast. Full-time Tony, flying from Las Vegas, coming to support me, coming to help me. We have a comedy show tomorrow. Typically, we do the recordings of the podcast post comedy show.
Correct.
This time we're doing it ahead of time, which is so exciting to kind of talk about it from that perspective, because we're always talking about like, yeah, dude, fucking sick show, bro. And so to be able to kind of talk about it prior to it happening, I'm excited. Tomorrow I have a show, Tony. It's going to be great. We're at the Polo Lounge. We have Frank Castillo out of Los Angeles, California coming through. Frank's going to kill. He's going to crush.
Absolutely murder. The dude, like, well, one, he's a roast battle winner. Like, completely has destroyed people. And, like, he's been on Comedy Central, has done crazy big things, massive in the industry, also has a super dope podcast, which is sponsored by Puffco, which is a massive cannabis company, for those that don't know. And this is the most excited I've been for a comedy show. And, like, I know this show is after, like, this will come out after after the show, but we've sold so many tickets already. Like, it's almost like we're like pretty much sold out. Someone just bought like 5 tickets right as I got here.
No way. So we're at 39 tickets pre-sale, and we just hit the 44 mark.
Yeah.
Dirty 44. My brother used to be number 44 when we played football. Like when he was a young and he was number 44. I thought that was just so hard ass, so badass. My brother Eddie Sorgani, I have an older brother. He's a sicko. He's also on a sick one in a completely different way than his little brother, but nonetheless on a sick one. Shout out to my brother. I love shouting people out. Love you, Eddie.
He's a coach, right?
Yeah, my brother is a phenomenal wrestling coach. He not only teaches the youth how to fuck kids up and win championships, but he also teaches them how to be incredible young human beings and guides them on a path of being a positive influence into the world. And so for my brother, and he's also a phenomenal father. And so I look up to my older brother a lot. And what's cool about it is, as the younger brother, he's told me he looks up to me too, which is dope. So running back to the comedy show, I'm excited. I know you just said you are too, but I am excited. Frank Castillo is going to crush. We have some amazing locals. Let me just say this, Reno comedians. I love taking care of you. I love plugging you so heavily, and there is no other expectation when I give a show opportunity to anyone that wants to come into Reno, that wants to put together a bit, that wants to come to one of my shows. It's all good, baby. It's all love. We're Reno. We got to stick together. It's the biggest little city. You do a show, I do a show, we do a show, we fucking show. You share, I share. Sharing's candy. Sometimes it's good to go in the backyard and pick up the ball and throw it around with each other. You know what I mean?
I do.
I know you know what I mean, Full-Time Tony. It's just genuine. And so to be able to plug the Reno locals, they're just going to, 3 of them are going to come out tomorrow. And Will Contine, JJ Will, Maurice Payne, they're all going to come out tomorrow and crush. And I'm super excited to have them there. And one of the things that I love about the comedy shows as well, and we'll jump off this soon, but dude, the comedy shows, when you get a solid amount of people in the room, which we've been selling out, all of them have sold out besides one, and we were probably 4 chairs shy of selling out. Which
it was pretty much sold out.
It was pretty much sold out.
There's a couple people that's
so we're like 7 for 8 right now on sold out shows, and yeah, it's a smaller capacity building. I think comfortably we can fit 70 in there, but we've been pushing it at times. And the thing is, though, when you pack a room out like that, and you're a comedian, you're on stage, when you get 40, 50, 60% of the people in that room to laugh with you, I'm addicted. I'm more addicted to that feeling than any of the MC stuff that I've been doing, and I am obsessed with the MC shit that I'm doing. So if that just tells you, like, that laughter, though, dude, laughter is so important. Not to mean to get all emotional on you and sentimental, but it's not funny, Tony. Laughter is key. Laughter is crucial. Laughter is important. Laughter will get you out of the deepest, darkest hole that you've ever been in. So if you come to one of my shows, whether you're up or you're down or you're side to side, I can guarantee you that you are going to laugh with us and you're going to have a good time. You know why, Tony?
Why?
Because life is better when we laugh as friends. That's why.
I love that tagline.
Thank you. Thank you.
I use it in all the marketing for your shows, just FYI. I don't know if you knew that.
No, I see it. Okay. And I love it. If you don't like the slogan, life is better when we laugh as friends, fuck you. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.
No, honestly,
Whoa.
honestly.
I don't know why I did that.
Honestly, though, fuck you, though.
No, fuck you.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even like saying that.
Not as heavy as that first fuck you was, but just like, bro, come on.
What's up with that thing? Let me see that thing.
Do you want to hit this?
Can I hit that thing?
Do you know what this is?
It's a Puffco.
Shit. Dog.
I don't know. Maybe, let me show me something. You know what I mean?
It lights up. It's super dope, honestly.
I appreciate it. You know what, Tony? You're a marijuana enthusiast. I would heavily call you that. You also like to help
I would call
businesses.
myself an expert.
I agree.
Thank you.
I agree. So with that being said, give me some feedback on rigs like this and systems like this. And also let me know your best style of smoking marijuana. Like, I think I know what it is. If I had to guess, it's backwoods, FullTimeTony backwoods. And I'm pretty sure he likes the Vanilla Jones.
I just like the honeyberry, but I mean, I do love tobacco with cannabis. There's something about it that's nice, and I think going back to your like the smoke a stug once in a while, it's kind of like me smoking a stug once in a while, but I do it with weed. So this machine, this is a Puffco. This is an electric rig. Very easy, very portable. I brought it on the plane today. Easy to get super high, super quickly. And it's a good time. There's other rigs that try to emulate this. This is like the Nike of the rigs.
You know what's crazy? Knockoffs. You can't even go to the store sometimes and know that you're buying a genuine product because people are so quick to take something great, knock it off, and then make a fakie and sell it to people. And then next thing you know, they're walking around dorky style and rocking fake shit, and they don't even know it. You ain't even know it. So part of my issue with that as well is I think part of the reason why there is knockoffs is because sometimes shit is so fucking expensive that how are you going to afford it if it's not a knockoff?
True.
With that being said, not everybody gets the filet mignon. Not everybody gets the fucking Nikes. That's why being independent and having your own style is so fucking important. Like, I'm 30 years old now. People have been wondering how old I am. Didn't somebody ask you that the other day?
Literally today, they asked me.
Somebody asked you today?
Yeah, they were like, Joe's like 35, 37, like someone like approaching 40. And what's
37.
And what's so funny about that is that the first time I met you, I thought you were much older. I think it's just like, you know, I think the fact that you're a father carries a lot of weight in that. You're also like a veteran. You've also just been through a lot as a general, and like the way you care, you have the confidence of a father.
I have a confidence of a 37-year-old, but I'm locked into a 30-year-old, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel pretty fucking good.
You look good.
Thanks. I mean to show my abs, but I take pride in it.
Do you work out?
Oh man. You know, I have had somebody who I highly look up to, who's actually going to be a guest in the next couple of episodes, my boy High Side Joe, to try and motivate me to go to the gym. Now, don't get it twisted. I've always been in the gym. I've always been very active. Since I was a child, I've always been super fit. And I think that, genetically, I'm pretty blessed. You know what I mean? Shout out to my mom and dad. Because I've never watched what I've ate, and I've never counted calories or like had to do this or that. But I think being a wrestler my whole life and just playing football and doing different sports, I was always working out. But the thing is now as an adult, looking like a 37-year-old trapped in a 30-year-old's body and just being as busy as I am, I do a lot of active shit. I ski, I wake surf, I fucking foil board, I fucking, you name it, I do it. I ride fucking mountain bike, dirt bike, bike, whatever you want. So with that being active, I think it keeps me relatively fit. Like last night I played softball. Wicked fun time. I'm a grown-ass man, but I'm an athlete, and I still like the competitive nature. If you're thinking about doing softball, I think you should do it. FullTimeTony. What you think? You think you can knock one out of the fucking park or what, dog?
Of course.
I played so fucking good last night that I thought to myself, fuck you, Dad. And I said that to myself because I played such good softball last night that I wasn't a baseball player growing up, mainly because my older brother Eddie that I shouted out earlier fucking used to bring me in super close, and then he'd have me pitching the ball and he'd hit it as hard as he could at me, and sometimes it would hit me in the fucking chest. Maybe that's part of the problem. But we're not going to fucking totally diss my brother on that one. But I never played baseball. But I think that if I would have treated baseball like football or treated baseball like wrestling when I was younger, holy shit, we'd be rich as a bitch. But I wouldn't know you. If I was Joe, pro baseball player guy, I wouldn't fucking know full-time, never part-time Tony.
Yeah, you would.
I wouldn't have my kids. I wouldn't have the life that I have. I wouldn't have the life that I lead. So you know what? Fuck baseball. You know what I mean, dude? Like at the end of the day, I never desired to play baseball. But I think that going back to it, I don't work out enough. I should I push other people to do it. You know, we were talking about 75 Hard earlier in that
Yeah.
program that you were just on, and I was like, oh, it's done. And you're like, yeah. And I was like, fucking find another one. and I love motivating people to do that. I have a gym membership that I've been paying for every month that I haven't used. I'm embarrassed.
How long?
Dun, dun, dun. I'm not gonna, you know what? I'm just gonna say it. 5 months, probably.
5
It's
months?
like the nicest gym in Reno.
What gym is it?
It's pricey. It's South Rack.
Oh,
South
damn.
Reno
You have a
Athletic Club?
South Rack that you don't use? Yo, let me
I'm
fucking...
a little bit embarrassed, but you know what?
Can I
dude?
use it when I come
Maybe
down?
this is what's gonna help me. Maybe this is what's gonna help some of the listeners get back in the gym and get active. But I will tell you that the how active I am does make me feel better about the fact that I haven't used my gym membership in 5 fucking months. Am I a clown shoe for paying for it and not utilizing it? Sure. And is High Side Joe a little bit let down because he always sends me pictures of him just getting shreddito in the fucking gym back in North Carolina? And I'm over here like, yeah, man, I'm about to get active about it and do it. And it's just like, I'm not a morning guy. I think is part to do with my problem. And when I was in the military, shout out to all the veterans right now. Shout out to all the veterans.
Cheers.
Shout out to all the veterans. Dude, if you're
Shout
a veteran,
out.
thank you.
Thank you for your service.
Appreciate you. But no, Puffco.
So you're going to get back in the gym is what you're saying?
I'm going to get back in the gym. I'm not a morning guy, so I think that's part of my issue. But you know what, Joey? If I was talking to myself right now, stop being a bitch.
I retweeted a tweet that said that.
Stop being a bitch.
I think it's a good
And then
term.
I'll watch motivational videos like Navy SEALs and shit, and like these different dudes that just get active like a motherfucker. They're like stupid in the gym, and I'm just like, you know what, dude? Nothing. I respect it. You know, I'm not gonna tell them fuck you or nothing because I'm a little bit envious of their get to the grind program. You know what? Fuck it. Challenge me right now. Go.
I mean, just like 3 days a week.
This week, 3 days coming up next week.
In the gym.
In the gym.
Yeah.
Video proof to send it to you to prove it.
Yeah, just 45 minutes, bro.
All right, this is the challenge. Not only going to myself with my fucking expensive South Rack membership that I don't even use, partly because they don't have a pool or jacuzzi or a
Wait,
sauna.
what?
Yeah.
You don't have a sauna?
Yeah, I'm not trying to call them out, but they don't have it.
What the? How much is the membership?
I think I'm sitting about a $65 program.
Damn, $600 don't have a fucking sauna?
It might be more than that.
Maybe change your gym.
I
Maybe.
can call the wife right now. You want to call the wife and see how much it costs?
Call her. She's home?
We might give her a buzz. I mean, fuck it.
Put her near the mic though, so we can hear her
Oh,
response.
absolutely. So,
but make sure she knows she's on the podcast, so she doesn't say anything crazy to you. Because you guys are weirdos.
The thing is paying for something like that and not utilizing it is
Put her on
is
speaker.
not good.
Put her on speaker.
When she answers, we'll put her on.
You're gonna know?
So if you have a membership or you're doing something, I want you to do it. If you have a membership to a gym, or if you've been lacking and you want to get active and go on a jog in the morning, if you want to go to the gym, or we're gonna fucking do it next week. We're gonna do it together, and I want everybody to send me videos. Send me some videos.
If you're looking to book an appointment, please call the salon at 775-800-1121. If not, leave a message and I'll call you back as soon as I can.
At the tone, please record your message.
So if you're looking for a hairstylist, you got the number now. So plug your wife, girlfriend, friends with it. My wife will take care of you like a newborn baby. But let's challenge each other. Send me videos. Send me that content. Like, show me, JoJo, I'm in the gym.
Jotivation. Hashtag Jotivation.
I'm going to step it up.
Hashtag Jotivation.
I'm going to step it up.
How do you spell Jotivation?
You know what's nice, though, real quick? Jotivation. Jotivation.
Okay, so hashtag Jotivation when you.
Oh, we want to do hashtags?
Well, so you can follow along.
Hashtags.
How are they gonna know?
Hashtag Jotivation. Hashtag gym. Hashtag get up. Hashtag get active. Hashtag get up.
75 hard.
Hashtag 75 hard.
Chuck calls it 69 gay. He said,
Chuck's a man.
Chuck will call me and be like, "How's your 69 gay going?" And I'll be like,
Chuck,
"It's the 75 hard, bro."
I'm not gonna lie to you. I have a lot of respect and love for you, but how fucking dare you say it to my boy FullTimeTony? I'm gonna call you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I think I think the Jotivation part of this episode though was heavy, and I think it's good, and I hope that it did inspire some people. And like I said, let's make that a thing. The Joe Show is never going to deter or not allow any sort of listener. We accept all walks of life. We accept your shitty choices in music and your weird colors that you like to fucking take a part in. And we like your style and we like the way you move. And we like the way that you don't even like me, but you still are watching me. Appreciate you. I had somebody that I highly admire recently that I think is one of the greatest people at what he does of all time. Tell me today, Joe, you would be very surprised at the amount of haters and conversations that I've heard about and had to go through. And like, he's like, it don't really make sense to me. And I can attest to that. Let me fucking tell you something. I know you've heard this before if you're doing anything in life. If you are getting hated on, that is because you are making moves and you are doing things and you are creating envy and you are creating jealousy and some sort of fucking weird vibe with people that ain't doing shit. So the only advice that I have for you is keep going. Don't let that shit break you down. Don't let that shit rob you of some pride. You know what? I'll be honest with you. Okay? If I allowed how I think I have had people make me feel about being a comedian, about doing MC shit, about doing a podcast, about, you know, having big circle friends and all, whatever the fuck I'm doing, I've almost come close to just shutting it down. No Joe show, no comedy, no more fucking MC, and I'm done. But you know what, dude? I didn't, and I'm not going to. Can't stop.
Won't stop.
Won't stop. 110p, because when those moments of doubt that I've had and when I've gone through those experiences, I'm thinking to myself, like, they would love to see you stop. And the worst thing that I fear in my life is being 72 years old. And like, let's say I'm 30, right? Looking like I'm the 37-year-old. And I stop doing comedy, emceeing, podcast. Jay Light, I say deuces. Tony, I tell you thank you. I wrap it up, pack it up, take my ass home like a dog with his tail between his legs, like a little bitch. I'll be 72 years old and I'll be looking back on it like, bro, what if? How many... Not even trying to get rich or famous. I'm trying to get a little rich. But not even trying to be like that in that regard, but missing out on the ability to have a positive impact on other people's lives and to have fun. And to have fun before I go, because we're all living to die. And nobody knows when it's your time to go, but I guarantee you, if you live it up daily and you get up and remind yourself like, yo, fuck, just, you know, better seize the day, then you won't look back on your life and regret the things you didn't do. You know what I mean? You have to do what your heart's telling you to do. And if you're down in the dumps, like I said earlier, FullTimeTony, call me.
Someone also told me today, two different people. One person asked me if you're like 40 years old. The second person,
dude, I almost just grabbed the shot through it, dude. Like, stop saying that.
The second person said,
Jay, do I look, is it my complexion? Is it, what the fuck, man?
You look young as fuck, man.
Thank you, Jay.
The second person said that Joe knows the definition of knowing that any day can be your day to go, and Joe lives life to the fullest. Someone said that to me.
No shit.
Someone said that to me today.
That's tight.
I was like, you're completely correct. And I was like, damn, I gotta start being so hard on Joe sometimes. Fuck. Can't be bringing you down like that.
You've seen me at my ones. We all have them. Fuck, Tony. I feel like what's crazy is since I've been working with you and since we've been vibing and trying to build something together as friends, one thing that I've noticed is that, like, sometimes I'll be down like a motherfucker, man. You know what I mean, man? I'll be down in the dirt. And you're up. And you're like, yo, and you're not even mean to me about it. And you don't even press me. And then what's crazy is I'll have friends hit me up that I haven't heard from in a while, or like, they just randomly hit me up and it just so happens to be one of those downer days. And then, bam, I'm out of it.
Yeah.
I'm out of it. What's crazy is there's been, I think, 2 to 3 times since we've been working and loving and hanging out and spreading positivity and upfulness to so many fucking people across this little beautiful city and across the internet, is there's been a couple of times where we've both been sad Susies, man.
Yeah, those days suck.
Bad sad Susie. And what's awesome is we never forget to run it back. And we never forget to fucking let each other know, like, hey, dude, remember the other day when we were being fucking pussies? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, let's talk about it. And so I'm like, I don't really want to talk about it. And then I'm like, you know what? Boom, boom. And then we just hurdle, get over it. And we move on. With that being said, that is not an easy task to take on.
No, it's not.
It's not. That's why I'm an advocate for like, yo, you're going through something, man. Or you notice somebody going through something, man. Reach out. Hit them up. Check on them. A phone call or a text goes a long motherfucking way.
Facts.
Big facts.
Even a DM.
Even a DM. DM.
A comment on a photo.
A comment on a photo, a like, a share, a fuck it. What is wrong with that? You know what's crazy? Some people think that, oh, you know, I like it, but I ain't gonna like it today. Because they don't want to give the satisfaction of giving somebody a fucking like. The fuck out of town.
People like giving you likes.
You know what's crazy? Yeah, and I appreciate those people, man. Don't do it for the likes. Do it for the love. Do it for the fun. Do it for the compassion of fucking being an individual.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
I'm fired up right now.
Okay. Well, I have a quick question I want to ask you.
Oh, fucking A, right.
From a follow-up from like multiple podcasts. I think it was like podcast 1 and I think podcast 2. We skipped it on podcast 3, but I want to bring back the story because there's been a follow-up to the story.
Yeah.
So just a quick recap. Joe had a comedy show 3 months ago. Friend came to said comedy show, gets blacked out drunk. Joe, unbelievable human being, takes this person home, puts him on his couch. Homeboy is so drunk, he decides that he's going to piss and throw up on Joe's and Chanel's printer. And so they wake up the next day, he dips. Chanel and Joe find the printer and the puke and in the piss. And Chanel tries to clean it out. She can't clean it out. And Joe is not pumped about it because it's a nice printer and they use the printer a lot, supposedly. I didn't realize you guys use the printer so much. And then Joe hits up homeboy about it and he's super apologetic, says, yo, dude, so sorry. Got you on the pool cleaning because he owns a jacuzzi company. Got you on the jacuzzi cleaning. Got you a new printer. Got you some ink. So he sends it over. Printer, just no, printer's not as nice as old printer. But does come with ink, so that was a plus. And you said that, and he said he was going to clean a jacuzzi, which is not cheap. And then, like 2 or 3 weeks later, after he came out and cleaned your jacuzzi, sent you a bill for said jacuzzi after he had mentioned that he was going to take care of it. And you guys had some words. I want you guys, you know, I don't want to put together the words out of either guys. I mean, you know the conversation better than I do. But I thought we'd just follow up on that.
He no longer cleans my jacuzzi. And my jacuzzi now, unfortunately, as sad as I can fucking say it, is drained and inoperable. And the fucking breaker at the electrical panel is off. And I think I'm going to leave it down for summer. I spent a lot of money on grass water bills in the summertime, and the jacuzzi's like when it's hot as fuck. I guess summer nights and shit, it's cool. I like to show out when the homies come over, like, hey, jacuzzi too. But fuck it. I'm going to leave it drained. I'm going to save some money on energy and power in the hot tub. And I'm going to slowly work through the emotional stress of finding a different spa guy. I fucking love that human being. It's Baselli. Brennan Maselli. And
oh, damn, you're going to call him out right now.
Oh, I love him to death. And he has a great company. If you're looking for an honest dude that's going to take care of you, then fucking hire him and take care of your stuff. And in life, we make mistakes. And what's crazy to me is the amount of non-forgiveness that I see regularly. It drives me fucking Captain insano. I can't stand it. I don't fucking get it. Like, I can hold a grudge against this dude and fucking make it weird and, like, talk shit about his company and leave a bad review and, like, fucking tell people that, like, this guy's fucking, you know, he's fucking trash and do all this weird shit. But, dude, what a waste of my time. Why would I do that?
And to your note, you did say he does a good job.
He does a great job, and he did try to right his wrong. He sent wrong ink. He sent the wrong printer. He fucking tried to send me a bill, but...
So let me ask you this.
I don't know. Tough situation.
Yeah, let me ask you this question.
Makes me sad, though. And I we're good. We're good. I'll probably run it back around to where like I give him like I just like hey, here's 2 G's. Use it all toward my spa bill.
How
but,
much
like,
was the spa bill?
the one that he sent me post?
Throw up and piss in your printer after you took care of him. Also, no, this guy's wife was tripping, and Joe handled it.
$850 cash.
Oh, that's how much he sent it for?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you this: is that a normal spa bill?
No, because after he post piss printer, he said that he was gonna come drain it, refill it with fresh, chemicalize it, test it, get it going, get it all dialed titties, and not charge me for it based on his mistake of shitting in my house. Not shitting in my house, pissing in my house.
But shitting in your house.
Shit all over my house.
Figuratively.
Figuratively, like.
But
the dude made a
literally
mess.
pissed and threw up in your printer on your house where
kinda
your
said
kids,
that. I'm
where you're
kinda sad
forced.
that I hope he doesn't listen. And if you do, I love you. And
It's okay to talk about these things.
I mean, he righted his wrong so much, and then he had my wife and I thinking that it was gonna be like this. Hey, let's get back to square zero. Let's drain the hot tub, take care of it, do this thing, and it ended up being like, here's the wrong printer, here's the wrong ink.
Which is okay.
And you owe me $850.
He tried with the printer and the ink, but I would say, you know, Chanel gets the bill. She's not pumped at all.
Mama was hot.
She was hot. She calls you and she's like, "Yo, Joe."
She was hot in 2 ways. She was looking good as shit that day when she called me, and she was also mad, and rightfully so. We weren't expecting that. Wrong printer, no problem, bro. We'll deal with it. Wrong ink, we'll get some cartridges. But the bill, feeling like we weren't gonna do that, that was kind of like it put me in a fucking predicamente. Is that how you say it in Spanish?
I don't know, but you
¿Cómo se dice predicament en español?
predicamente.
¿Cómo se dice? Predictorio or something. I don't know, something sick.
We have
you don't even know. He's Hispanic. You don't even know. That's okay. It's probably just predicament. You know what I mean? Like it's a, but it. That's tight. We're gonna Google it because you can Google anything. Just don't believe everything you read. But you know that situation is behind me now. I think I'm just gonna move forward. I'm gonna keep the hot tub drained. If you come over to my house, fuck it, we'll fill it with the hose. We'll have a cold tub party. Because I don't know if you've ever known it or not, but taking cold showers, my G, is life changing. So cold baths with your friends, like let's say my wife and we have another couple over and they're pretty good looking people and we're pretty good looking people and we're fucking partying, hanging out, and the jacuzzi's empty and they're like, oh man, what the fuck, man? Balling out, huh? Can't even fill your jacuzzi. Can't even pay your $850 bill with your broken ass printer. You broke fuck. But don't trip. I got cold water right here, my boy. We're about to fill this bitch and add some ice cubes. About to get cold nips in this bitch. Girls should wear the tops. Maybe not.
Oh, damn.
Maybe we go cold brew in this bitch. Cold titty, if you will.
So, I just want to ask one more question about that
Go
situation.
ahead. And then we're gone.
We're done.
Okay.
Okay. So, like in the message, he made it very clear that it was going to be free. I just want to give this guy an opportunity. You know, as someone, a bystander, I need to be able to give.
Here's the last comment about it. The problem is that remember when he was blacked out at the comedy show prior to shitting and printing on the floor?
Yes.
He goodbye, dude. Sometimes it be like that. He got fucked up at the comedy show and he was gonna come take care of our hot tub prior to that happening. And yes, he told Chanel that he was gonna take care of it.
Got it.
And so that's why Chanel was frustrated, and that's why I almost beat the fuck out of him. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. I would never do that.
2 people confirmed that it was going to be a hookup. You and your wife.
You know what? This is perfect because whether somebody says something or not, or when I do things for people like we talked about, the biggest thing I can give you in advice in life is you get what you give. And also, if you give a lot and you take care of others, don't ever do it with expectation. How dare you?
Yep.
Because you're either going to set an expectation, they're not going to meet it, they're going to let you down, or you're going to be shitty toward them or feel like you know, well, you fucking, if we're keeping score, man, it's fucking 10-3. What the fuck? You owe me 7. I don't keep track. I don't keep score, and I don't give with any sort of expectation. Just like in your job, in your workplace. If you just work your ass off and grind and not expect something from that company and not go to them talking about, I don't make enough money here, and you have a badass attitude and nobody likes you because your fucking meal that you put in the fucking fridge at work stinks, and you're one of those people that doesn't smoke pot, which you should, consider it. And also take some Happiest hour companion shots.
At least consider it.
At least consider it. You know what I mean? Don't have expectation in life. And I guarantee you that term, that quote that I will always stand by, live by, other than life is better when you laugh as friends, is that you get what you give. And if you give without expectation, I promise you, you'll be fucking sitting there one day, phone will ring, and you'll pick up your phone and it'll be a phone call talking about money, and you just be like, oh, yeah. No, we can do it. Okay. I'll email you. Okay. Thank you. Bye. And then, boom, you're just like, whoa, why did that happen? Well, that's because I've been giving and giving and giving and going and loving and loving and getting up, getting out, getting active and getting after it and going out there and being myself and being somebody to where it comes around, man. It's the circle of life. It's the wheel of fortune.
Are those lyrics? Wheel of Fortune?
It's Lion King, but
I know it's Lion King, but they say Wheel of Fortune in there?
I don't know. I hope it does.
On a sick one, dude.
On a sick one podcast. Hope you guys are having fun so far.
Okay,
Tony,
all right,
how you
sorry.
doing?
I'm sorry for bringing that up. I had to bring it up.
No, I'm glad we just discussed it again and talked about it in another episode. So now he's got 2 chances to listen to me talk about him.
Three chances.
Love you, dude.
3 chances. But, okay, well, that's great. I also want to talk about...
Forgive and forget was the moral of that whole reiteration of that story.
Forgive and forget, guys. Also, I honestly, when we first initially talked about it off podcast, you called me about it. I was honestly surprised of how well you were taking it. And, I've been in the situation where, your girlfriend, wife, whatever, fiance, is like mad at one of your boys. And you have to be in the middle of that. And it's like, sometimes your girl's wrong. And so you have to be like, pretend to be mad at them and then hit up your boy, like, yo, dude, my girl's mad at you. It's honestly it's some bullshit. Don't worry about it. But sometimes your wife's fucking right and you got to call your boy out. And that is not ever awesome. Because your boy will understand, like, oh, your girl's tripping. Because I have a girl. I understand they trip once in a while.
You know what part of the problem is as well? Part of the problem is as well is not only is it fucked up being in the middle of that situation, and that goes too with, like, if I have a friend here and a friend here, and I love both of them and they fucking hate each other, God, I hate that feeling.
That happens to you a lot, actually.
It does, and that's part of that having too big a circle thing. But you know what? I'm extremely good at dealing with it. I always listen to both people. There's always 14 sides to every story, not just 3. And I like to help them work through it. Just like when my wife's mad at homeboy and she's like, woody, woody, whoop. Rowdy.
She hit the, like that.
She hit the fucking, now watch me whip. Now watch me nay.
Yeah.
Nelly hit the fucking, like,
I love that you guys call her
She's
Nelly.
like, this ain't happening. And she's like, you better fucking do something about it. And I was like, let me call him. Hey, man. No, I get it. I fucking stand. Right? Well, don't say that. I mean, you kind of fucked up too, my G. What'd you say? Well, fucking say something then, fool. What the fuck? Are you serious? I've known you for how long? Oh, really? Yeah, fool. If I slapped the fuck out of you, how would that feel? Oh, it wouldn't be the happiest hour anymore, would it? All right. You're right. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get all bajiggity. Just, can you work it out with my wife, please? Can you fix it? You can't? Cool. Put your ego aside. I'm fuck boy. Love you. Fuck.
Is that how it went?
That's how it goes.
That's how it goes.
It's a good example.
I think
it doesn't always go like that, but when it does go like that, that's what I'm saying. Like, that shit sucks, man. And when it's my homies, when it's this dude and this dude, and I'm not gonna lie to you, in the extreme sports world, it's very, I don't want to call it cliquey, but it's like it's different families and squads, dude. It's squad. You're squatted up, and you know, this squad won't even know any motherfucker in this squad, and they don't like each other because they're not squatted. Which is why I feel like I am the motherfucking walk along bridge that brings you over to each one. And you don't have to be best friends with everybody. You don't. You shouldn't be. Having a big circle in life and then having your semi-circle and your smaller circles and shit, I think that's gangster as fuck. And I think when you're able to bridge that gap, because it's hilarious. I'll watch somebody over here talk shit about this guy over here, and then they actually meet each other. And they're like, oh, that guy's fucking sucked. I'm like, yeah, dumb fuck. I was like, you didn't even know the guy. You didn't even give him a fucking shot. You didn't even give him a true trying chance.
You didn't even know that.
You ain't even know it. So don't do that and be that bridge and be that gap and also be the guy like fighting is gonna happen.
Oh, okay.
I know we're moving out of this a little bit, but it's relative.
Okay.
Fighting is inevitable. You're gonna be downtown with your boys. You guys are gonna get into squabbles. There's gonna be fights. Now I will tell you something. Do me a motherfucking favor. Be very, very, very selective on your choices when you choose with your boys to get up and get active with the fucking fighting. Cause I will tell you, this ain't Tekken, motherfucker. All right, this ain't Mortal Kombat. Finish him type shit. And so many motherfuckers and too many people get all riled up drinking and going downtown and being with these guys and somebody says something silly. Sure, you should check it. You shouldn't let it slide. You shouldn't be a hoe about it. But you also need to take into consideration that when I'm with my boys, the only thing that I'm thinking in my mind, if I don't break up this fight, one of my people or myself could accidentally kill a motherfucker. Dude, I kicked a guy in the face after fucking midget wrestling in Reno not too long ago.
Wait, you kicked?
Yo, I come outside of midget wrestling and my Harley's parked right outside. The big Reno sign's right here. My bike's right here. And we're at the fucking Virginia Street Brew House.
Was this at Whitney Peak? Where was this at?
No, it was at Virginia Street Brew House.
Oh, that's when the midget wrestling.
Right there. And I walk out of midget wrestling and we were with some friends. We were some girls. We were some of the boys from Truckee. And my bike's parked right there, and I walk outside, and this dude is like standing on my shit. He's like, it looks like it's his. And if anybody knows the Green Goblin, I'm super kind. You want to sit on my bike? You want to take her for a rip? No problem. But to be a stranger and to be coddling her like it's your fucking girlfriend, he's lucky I didn't rip his fucking arms off and beat him in the head until he was dead. Beetlejuice, 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 motherfucker. I walked out and I was so shook, and he's actually talking to my girl Allison, one of our homegirls that was with us that night at my bike. And I walk up and I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? That's mine, man. But I was pretty chill about it. I wasn't even that intense. But I was like, what the fuck, man? I know homies that if you were touching their bike like that and they walked outside, they're not even gonna say anything. They're just gonna fucking cold call. They're gonna clean you, dude. They're gonna make you look like an idiot. Mind you, I'm in downtown Reno. I had a good time inside. I got my Harley there. I got no plates, no regs, no blinkers. I don't have anything. I got my motorcycle license and insurance. That's all you need.
You're on a sick one.
I'm on a sick one. Dude's on my bike talking to homegirl, and he's getting rowdy. He's wasted. Probably 40-year-old dude, but fit. One of them muscle-bound dickhead dudes that likes to flex his forehead.
Was he bald?
Yes. Yes, he was, and he had a hat on. And he was so drunk and rowdy that when I came up to him and I was like, yo, man, that's my bike, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, back up, man. He was like, what, this ain't your bike? And I went immediately from like, it's all good, dog. Just don't do that. Let me, you know what I mean? To, what the fuck did you say to me? And he starts arguing with me. There's 300 people downtown, right outside the Reno sign, right outside of midget wrestling. And this is a scene. Everybody and their dog is looking at me at this point. And I'm thinking in my mind, like, yo, I just had a good time in there. I'm on my Harley. I don't have this shit. There's cops everywhere down here. Like, this dude's not worth it. This dude is not worth it. I put on my helmet. I throw my leg over my bike. I'm telling him, I'm like, you're lucky, motherfucker, because I'll rip your bottom jaw off and shove it up your ass. You understand me? He got mad about it. He walked. I got my both legs over the bike. Bike started up. And I tell the dude one last, like, you're a fucking idiot. And I don't like confrontation. So you know this dude was fucking up.
Yeah.
He runs up to me, dude, and gives me one of these. Boom. Chin check. Bow. Full-blown bow. He was like, you know what I mean?
Like Steven Seagal.
Dude, he Seagal'd me, dog. I'll give him credit. He Steven Seagal'd me.
Steven Seagal does a
And
keto.
I went, dude, he hit me. And you have to understand, my whole life flashed before me.
Yeah.
And I don't get put out in front of my homies. I don't do that. I don't ever want them to think that I'm not down for the motherfucking cause. Because I am as peaceful and as loving as it gets. Oh, man, let me tell you something. I have known myself that it scares me when I get like that. And I don't like being like that. But this dude chin checks me. And in that split second, I had two options. Get off the bike and kill him. Or know that it's not the right place. Know that there's too many people. Know that the cops are out. Know that I just had a good time inside. I had a few drinks. I wasn't drunk riding my bike. I don't fucking do that. But I definitely fucking,
Couple beers
and shit.
Something
It
light.
was just, you don't want to do
chilling?
that. So I said, fuck it. And I ate it. I ate it. And I took off on my bike and I rode down the street. I went to Arlington Saloon. When I got there, though, I decided fully in my brain that this is one of those moments where somebody deserved to get knocked the fuck out.
Oh.
And so I looked at my boy Tucker and I said, hey, I need somebody to come with me right now. Will you ride? And he was like, what do you need? He didn't have a gun. He didn't have a gun. But he was like, he was like, what's up? Like the way you feel about this, Joe? Like, yes. Because I don't think Tucker has ever seen me like that. We run.
Oh, not even on the bike.
No, I ran down. I left my bike there.
Smart move.
On some gangster shit. This dude, mind you, was so drunk, and he was with an older dude, probably 50 years old, who was also as belligerent and grabbing motherfuckers, being a weirdo guy.
They both want to smoke.
Okay? So we ran back down there. I come down Virginia, and I'm looking for this dude, and I did 1 pass, 2 pass, 3 pass, and I was about to just say fuck it and head back out and go the other way. On that 3rd pass by, I'm trucking by, and this dude is at the exit of one of the clubs down there, one of the little bar joints, and he is like, I'm literally watching the dude that was touching my shit groping a girl, like being weird as fuck. And she was like, she started making some weird ass noises because she was freaked out. I tapped Buddy on the shoulder. Do. Buddy turns around. I was like, what's up, motherfucker? And he lit up. He was like, oh, fuck, this dude's back. I would never sucker punch anybody. If you ever sucker punch somebody, fuck that. Don't do that. That shit's whack. That shit's lame. If you jump people, you're a fucking dork. So tap Buddy on the shoulder, turns around, slow motion. What's good, Bubba? And fucking I 2-hand shoved him.
Oh, okay.
He goes,
you didn't sucker punch him.
He goes back to the wall and falls down because he's super drunk. He goes to stand up, my boy, and I fucking...
Oh, bend it like Beckham style.
Like ankle, top of the ankle, foot kick. Right to the side of his head. Slumped him.
Ronaldo.
Knocked him out. And he hit the ground super hard. And all the girls were like, yeah. And I looked and I was like, holy shit. Like that was way too easy. And then I also went, he's dead. Run. And I ran. And halfway back to the Arlington Saloon, I fucking sounds like an ambulance, and I'm like, fuck. This is what I was talking about. This is why I don't fight. This is why I try to talk my homeboys off the ledge. This is why I try to be that bridge and that gapper of confrontation, because I was scared for a second. I was like, what if I just clubbed that dude so hard and he racked his dome so bad that they're fucking looking for somebody that just killed this guy? And all I did was the cleanest leg kick that you've ever seen in your entire fucking life.
BJ Penn.
Dude,
You hit him with the
Tucker,
Messi.
we get back and Tucker was like, yep. Don't fuck with Joe. Don't fuck with Joe.
Well, I've also seen you spar, not fight.
Oh, fuck.
I've also seen you spar.
Wrestle.
Wrestling. And I was pretty impressed, honestly. I was like, wow.
I got called out.
Someone called out Joe.
Don't talk about it.
Well,
we can talk about it, but I don't want to drop names.
I'm not going to drop his name.
No, we're not going to drop names.
Someone here in town who is somewhat well known is in the nightclub scene. That's as far as I'll go as far as describing him. In nightclub scene.
I'm okay with that.
Me, Joe, Chuck, shout out Chuck, are at the rack. He's there. And we're all pretty like lit. We're all pretty toasty. We're all toasty. And this is after. Was it after a comedy show? It was after. No, it was after. After you did your set at fucking was it Dead Ringer?
Yeah.
After your set, Dead Ringer. So we're like bopping around. We head over to the rack, whatever. We're there. My boy Van's there. And we all start talking. Da 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 da. And Richie, for some reason, wants to start talking shit to me and Joe that he could wrestle us. And like I'm like very much of the matter. I don't like to get in confrontation. So I'm like, yeah, bro, you'll win 100%. Joe!
No. Back the fuck up. Tony was like, I don't really know who's going to win this.
No. I'm saying he had approached both of us about it. And I was like, oh, yeah, you're most likely to win, Richie. I'm not a very good wrestler. Joe, though, was feeling a little spicy and was like, fuck you. No, you wouldn't.
Do not call Sorgani out. We will fucking.
And Joe was like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean? Like, in what kind of way? And the guy was like, like wrestling. Joe's like, no. I'll beat you in wrestling.
He's like, I have a mat at my house, man.
Yeah.
I was like,
legit mat at the apartment downtown. If I keep
top stories, way the fuck up there.
And so we get up there, and it was all pretty civil for the most part. We roll up there.
It was a challenge, a man against a man. You called me out. Had to show you something.
We throw the mats down. Fuck. They're like, Joe takes his shirt off. Fucking Richie. Oh fuck, say his name. Bleep that name out.
Twice. His name's not actually Ricky. It's Michael.
Michael's like changes. Like, oh boy, Michael.
He is in full bloom.
Michael also has no furniture in his apartment, just these fucking.
Because I feel like he fucking is like, I'll kill you to everyone.
And like legitimately has a TV, no furniture, fucking bedroom, and fucking mats, dog. Like, this dude's serious about rolling. And we get in there, and I mean, I saw you like smack him around a little bit, and I was like, all right, this is not going to be good for him.
Right off the jump. As soon as we shake hands and we're calling each other out,
it was like,
I'm never going to club you, hit you disrespectfully. But if you really want to fuck around and find out, bro, you're gonna need to exert a lot of energy and effort.
And you did like this move where you like grabbed his arm and like pulled him into you, but when you grabbed his arm, you slapped him hella hard, and it was so loud. I was like, what the fuck? And me and Chuck are just like recording, like, oh shit.
You have it on recording?
I think Chuck, I cannot find it. I think maybe I got nervous and I deleted it after or some shit because I didn't want to be a criminal.
What ended up happening?
And Joe, like, you guys went like 3 or 4 rounds.
And I DDT'd him every time.
Pretty much.
He never got me.
Yeah, he never had the best. He never got you.
The thing is
y'all were trash.
I don't get got a lot. I will tell you that I am very aware that there are people that exceed my skills tremendously, but I will tell you that if it went apocalypto mode, bro, and we were all out here fucking running around trying to survive, I'd be a tough motherfucker to take down and take out. I promise you that. And if we're really gonna talk about it, a lot of you motherfuckers, if it got into apocalyptic periods, you'd get eaten alive. I'd start with your calf. I'd eat your fucking neck muscles, and then I'd start with your. I'm just kidding. I would never eat you, dude. I'd bury you.
Have you seen This Is the End?
Jake, feel free to fucking tell me that that's not okay to say.
Have you seen This Is the End?
Yes.
With like Seth Rogen?
Yes.
Okay, that's how I feel like you're going to be like Danny McBride, like out there in the RV with like, bitches and shit.
Just a giant suitcase of awesome beep.
Yeah.
Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas style, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, and you're just like eating people and having a good time.
Cannibalism is a freaky dealio.
It is pretty weird, honestly.
Dude, I watched the movie Blood Diamond last night.
Oh, that's nuts.
With Leonardo DiCaprio.
That movie's nuts.
Dude, holy fuck. Don't forget how good you have it, okay? I know sometimes life gets hard. But if you live in America, shut the fuck up, dude. Figure it out. Go out there and fucking try. And I promise you, I know people that have come from literally, like, the fact that there's somebody and they've got to where they are is incredibly respectful. And I truly believe that regardless of your circumstances, and I had some pretty good ones, that it is definitely possible to come from the dirtiest of rags and the downest of dumps and to be great. And that's one of the reasons why I'm a fucking proud American.
Proud to be an American.
Where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the man who died, who fucking gave that right to me. And I proudly stand up next to him when I proudly hit it. Now, with that being said, America's great. Don't get it twisted. It's one of the greatest countries on this fucking earth, period. But it's fucked.
Are you going to get the political right now?
It's fucked. No, we are not. We will never go there because this is the Joe Show. And we don't do politicos because they're all putos.
Okay, so also, I wanted to talk to you about another situation that happened to us last Saturday.
Okay.
So last Saturday, I had to fly into town. I was literally here in for like I was here for 8 hours max. I flew in the morning, left in the afternoon.
That was gangster.
Call Joe the week before, and I was like, hey, Joe. How you doing, buddy? And he was like, good. And I was like,
one of my good days.
And then we both had a really good conversation. We were just like rapping about like fucking the podcast, the show, all that shit. I was like, oh, Joe, I was like, yo, there's this new dispensary called 3 Nations Cannabis, and they fuck with you heavy. They want to know more about you. I'm going to come in town. It'd be super dope if you could pick me up from the airport. We'll go get breakfast, and then we'll roll over there. And you were like, oh, that sounds perfect, dude. The tribes love me. I got this show in Oroville already, so I already know how this goes. Da, 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 da. I was like, all right, bet. I texted him the night before, and I told Joe this, I'll take 25% blame because I know Joe's a busy guy. I should have called him. I sent him a text. Hey, bro, see you tomorrow. My flight lands at 8:30. And Joe gave me, and I added the people from the tribe are really excited to meet you. And he gives me a heart on the people that tribe are really excited to meet you. Nothing else, just the heart. And so next day I wake up early, flight's like at like 6:30 or whatever. I land, I get here 8:30, call Joe, no answer. Text Joe, doesn't text me back. I get off the plane, call Joe doesn't answer. Right then and there, Joe calls me back. Yo, what's up, bro? And I was like, hey man, I'm here in the airport. And it's 8:45. Like, did you remember, you have to pick me up? He was like, I'm not even gonna lie to you now. Completely forgot. And I was like, all right. He was like, but you know what? I'm gonna come get you. I'm gonna rush out of here. Like, he's trying to make it up for it. And we hang up the phone. And I literally, as soon as I thought, I was like, all right, homeboy is literally still in bed with like 4 kids all laying around him, has not taken a shower, and also was the same day as the ride for your boy Danny. So it's like I was super, so I was super understanding. So I said, fuck it, I'm just gonna buy an Uber to the Starbucks. Right, that was Starbucks. That's
Starbucks
right near your house.
Ah, this is good.
So I was like, all right, fuck it, I'm just gonna roll over to Starbucks. And so I order the Uber. I called Joe back, and I was like, Joe, it's all good, big dog. I'm gonna meet you at that Starbucks. And for a quick second, you wanted to get defensive, like, yo, I'll come grab you. Then I was like, and you're like, you know what? You're right. I'm meeting at Starbucks. That sounds great. You should have called me yesterday. I was like, all right, Joe, I'll take 25% of this blame. So I go to Starbucks, and Joe's like, yo, just give me like an hour. So I go to Starbucks. I work a little bit. I get a coffee. It was nice. It was really nice, serene.
Little vibey day.
Is that the Starbucks that you and your family go to? Is that the regular spot? The regular joint?
Yeah.
There's like 4 around you, bro.
There's one right by my wife's work. She's at Michael Gray's Salon and Spa. Beautiful woman, beautiful hairstylist. Will really make you feel the best that you've ever felt in your entire fucking life. Hit her up. I'll just send you her number. Unless you're that guy, and then I'll kill you. But there's a Starbucks right there, and typically I'll go there just because I want to bless my wife up. I want to slide in, get her a coffee, grab her leg, and drop her off at work accordingly. And so I like to use that one. There's also one on South Meadows that I use. Starbucks is pretty much fucking everywhere.
Yeah, there's like a bunch. Like when I was like deciding which one to pick, I just picked the one that
That's close. No, that's amazing.
So I picked that one. Joe rolls over there. little flustered, walks in, and he was like, I just need to get a coffee. I was like, all right, it's all good, dude. Gets the coffee. He was like, listen, man, I got a bunch of shit I got to do right now, and I know we're supposed to go hit this drive, but like, you have to go on an adventure with me.
Do you remember my interaction with the baristas?
Oh, also, yeah. Joe instantly goes, so like, does Starbucks make you guys wear these masks, or like you're like making a choice? And these girls are like, no, this is my choice to wear these masks. Joy's like, well, I just want to see your beautiful smile.
If you expect me to give you 30% gratuity,
Oh,
I'm
also,
gonna need to see your beautiful
like,
smile.
you know,
And they wouldn't even drop the mask, you fucking whores. I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
They're not whores.
Yeah, he was literally
They're
like,
whores. I'm just kidding.
Hit her with the, you'd be a lot prettier if you smiled, kind of.
It's weird at this point. Can we stop? Take the fucking mask off, man. Jeez. You're going to have to turn that audio down, Jay, because that shit gets me fired up. By the way.
All right, we'll come right back. We'll come right back, guys. Joe, who's this fucking podcast brought to you by?
This podcast is brought to you in part by the Happiest Hour.
What's the Happiest Hour?
The Happiest Hour makes craft beverages with a higher purpose to help you feel your happiest. Whether you want to intensify your favorite pastime, wake up, calm down, mend, or sleep, with the right companion shot, any hour can be the happiest hour. Ooh. Also, I want to talk about a couple of these products: Intensify, Mend, Wake, Calm, Sleep. Those are the ones that they have out right now. I personally have used all of these, and I am a fan of the product. I like utilizing and partaking in the companion shots. Intensify, for instance, is a mango immersing shot you take before you partake to intensify your high. With some of the weed that they have out here these days, be careful with the Intensify. She gonna get you intensified. Wake also has 100 milligrams of caffeine for increased focus and good energy without the jitters. Nobody likes the jits. We also got Mend, your healing friend. We all need those. It has an elevating blend of terps to help with aches and pains. Now, I heard that one has genuinely helped people with arthritis or with pains or injuries that linger around with pain. Mend is a great product that actually helps with pain and feeling better and working through your process. Another product that we got here from Happiest Hour is Calm, and it has the soothing blend to help with stress, because you know who's going through a lot right now? We all are. I know you were thinking about saying it, but I had to say it for you, because every single one of us is going through something, and Calm helps calm me down. And believe it or not, it actually works. You ever seen me calm before?
Never.
No, whatever. I'm on a sick one. Also, one of my favorite products, and I put it up front here with my sign on the On a Sick One, because one of the things that I am an advocate of is sleep, and not oversleep or undersleep, but the sleep terpene, the companion, has relaxing terpenes to help you get deeper Z's. And good sleep, realm sleep, awesome sleep is just gonna skyrocket you into your next day. It's super important. The Happiest Hour is here for you, and hope their bevs can help you find more moments of happiness. Happiest Hour, thank you. Thank you. And if you haven't checked it out, you should. Look them up on Instagram, check out their terpene shots, smoke a little grass, hit one of the shots, and let me know, give me some feedback on how you're feeling about it. Tony, you're an advocate of the Happiest Hour shots, are you not?
Yes, I am.
Fantastic.
And I smoke a lot of weed.
It's been making me happier, and I'm already a wicked habit guy, so to have these companions by my side and having my back means the world to me. Thank you. Happiest Hour.
You're a professional fun haver.
I like to think of myself as a professional fun haver, yes.
Well, this is a great collab then.
It is. I think it's a fantastic collaboration.
Shout out to them.
Shout out to them. Thank you for having a mutual beneficial relationship with me. I like that.
Cool. Are you ready to get into the podcast now?
So ready.
And we're back.
And we are back.
Quick Pete Rick. It's all good.
Sometimes you got to go pot.
Okay, so we were just discussing the fact that you forgot to pick me up at the airport.
Yeah.
And we were at the point of the story where we were at Starbucks. You walked in a little flustered, like, yo, I'm going to grab a quick coffee. What'd you get? You got a
I got a Venti caramel macchiato.
Caramel macchiato, dude. I did not see you as a caramel macchiato guy, but love that you got it. So gets the caramel macchiato, tells us Starbucks barista, hey, do you have to wear that mask? And she was like, I don't have to, but I want to. And Joe was like, well, I would tip you more if I could see your smile. And then he got a coffee, and then we left. So as we're leaving, I'm like, all right, Joe, so like, what's the plan here? Because like, we got to go over to the tribe. You're like, all right, but I got a couple things I got to do. So it's the ride out today. I got to get a new tire. I have to go over to this place, change the tire out. By the way, the tire's in Virginia City. We're in Reno. I was like, well, how far fucking, I was thinking in my head, like, Virginia's like an hour and a half away. It's like, no, it's like 19 minutes, 20 minutes. And so I was like, all right, fine, fuck it, Joe. I'll just ride with you, but we have to go do the tribe. Like, we can't miss out because I already committed to that.
We were gonna do that regardless.
So we get in the car, and Joe's like, well, I'm like running short on time. It's like 9:00 right now. Joe's like, all right, we're gonna have to rip up there. Like, you're cool with ripping? I was like,
Virginia
sure.
City, how you doing?
Yeah, and so it was like, and I was like, we have to go all the way to like downtown. He's like, no, like before Virginia City, but like it's like right there. So Joe rips 90 down fucking, I don't even know, South Virginia, hops on like, I've only been on this road one time, but it's like the road to Virginia City from South Reno, and it's a windy, very high hill. Joe is getting 120, 130, and I have a video of it in his Subi, ripping the corners at 60, 70, but speed him out, like it's like 45, 30 around the turns, and cars are like, Joe's just like ripping, hitting the e-brake, stomping out, and we're just blasting music. Joe's also like once in a while like sending a quick text out to people, like just absolutely wild. Like honestly, truly on a sick one. So we roll up to this house, and so it's like, for me with Joe, I never know who Joe's like friends are, like his like super tight, super close knit homie, or the people that are just like in the outer circle who he's like kind of knows but doesn't know that well. So we roll up to, whose house was it?
Dirty Dan.
Dirty Dan, dude.
Dan
And
Downer.
Dirty Dan is like 6'6" and like a little scary.
Beast.
And his wife's there and has a super dope house in Virginia City.
Beautiful dogs. They had a bunch of fucking scary
Huskies. Joe's like, we're not getting out of the fuck car. I don't know these fucking dogs.
And they were scratching the fuck out of my door.
First thing Joe says, you guys got any silver paint here so I can fix my door up? So we roll over there. Joe throws him a couple bones for a tire that he needs for the Green Goblin. He's chatted up a little bit. They're like, yeah, we'll see you at the show next week. We'll see you at the ride out. Oh, by the way, Dirty Dan, like, fucked up shoulder. Like, can you explain that?
Yeah, Dirty Dan had just been in an accident wheeling his Harley, and it wasn't a mistake on his part other than the fact that he didn't put enough gas in his bike. And if you're wheeling a Harley and your bike runs out of gas, it basically dead stalls to where you're up in a wheelie, and when it dies out, you lose all your engine brake and all your momentum, and it just whoop-ow, slams down the front. So Dan yard sailed over the top of the bars, slams, grenades his shoulder, fucks up his legs a little bit, rolls into the cuts, and concussed as fuck. Like, he was telling me that he asked a guy at the gas station that was trying to kind of help him out a little bit if he could have a cigarette 14 times. Which means that you're concussed because you don't remember exactly what the fuck you were saying. So put some gas in your Harley. Dan Towner's a G though, and yes, he was all fucked up, like super injured, and he was like, I'm coming to the ride out today for Denny Legacy for Lap for Leg.
Yeah, and okay, yes, so that happens. I want to come back to about Danny Legacy and that whole deal. So that happens. Also, by the way, homeboy, big as fuck. Crazy that he can whip a bike like that. Also, you guys were talking about having a full tank, ripping the wheelies. And is that hard? Having a full tank?
Having a full tank, I know some guys that rip professionally that don't ever rock a full tank. I think it's like a weight thing, and it's also, I don't know, it's like a mental thing. Dan Downer is a huge advocate for full tank because you're less likely to run out of fuel, especially when you're on a sick one and you're just railing for days and you don't know where your fuel line's at because your gauge is broken or whatever the fuck. And so, it kind of goes both ways. Some guys like the full tank, some guys don't. But after hearing his experience, I'm going to start wheeling my Harley more and more, and I guarantee you I'm going to be at least 3/4 full tank.
That's good.
Because the thought of running out just sucks.
Well, it just sucks to get injured like that.
100p.
But he's a monster and just said, yeah, fuck it, I'm just going to go ride today.
He also is an advocate and part owner in Zunu's slides, which are the world's first slide sandals that have laces in them that are fucking clean as fuck, and they're called Zunas. And we're going to get Joe tapped in with a couple of those this summer.
Yeah, maybe sponsor podcast. Who knows?
You never know till you communicate.
So we get in the car. Joe dabs this guy up. I say hi. I say bye to Dirty Dan. Meet Dirty Dan. We get in the car. We're rolling down this hill, and Joe's like, "Watch this." Fucking sends it. Rips the e-brake on this gravel road down the hill. Spills his coffee everywhere. Hasn't had one sip of this caramel macchiato, dude. Spills it everywhere. And like doesn't notice. I notice. I just don't say nothing because he's on a sick one. I'm not trying to ruin his good time.
It's dried right now
Yeah,
in my
yeah.
e-brake channel. It's fucking completely
Also,
dried caramel macchiato.
Completely separate from this story, Joe this morning had a coffee on top of his car and drove off.
Oh yeah, I did. Sometimes it be like that. So
And so yes, and then then we have to rip to Street Rider of Reno. So we rip over there.
shout out Street Rider Reno.
You call them, we roll up. They're like in the middle of like completely fixing a bike, and Joe's like rolls up with 2 tires, like, "Hey, you guys mind doing that real quickly?" And everyone was like, "Is it on bike or is it off bike?" And Joe was like, "I'm not an idiot, bro. It's fucking off bike."
It is off bike. If you're gonna go down to Street Rider of Reno, my people down there, and you're gonna put a old tire, a throwaway on your bike, you didn't buy it from them, you didn't buy a brand new tire. If you're gonna put a throwaway on your bike, don't ever fucking take your whole bike down there and expect them to just drop what they're doing, change your tire. Pull your wheel off at your house, put your bike on a little bit of a stand, go down there with your throwaway, and then respectfully request that they change your tire.
What was the coolest part about that process is that Joe walked in that bitch like he owned the place. Like,
Street Rider of Reno, I've done 2 stunt shows there. The people that I've had do those stunt shows too are incredible. Tallboy T, Jay Brew, Baby T did 1 show. Sideways was a part of it. Andy was there. And then another show that I did, I had Dom 829, Andy, Jay Brew, Baby T. So both shows that we've been able to produce there, shout out to Street Rider of Reno and Road Rider of Reno, paying the athletes, paying myself to come out and just basically show people a wicked good time during street vibrations. And just, I think the biggest reason why we're all into it is just because it is so motherfucking fun. But having those groups of people at that spot and doing those stunt shows and those lots is a special, special thing for me. And through that, I have developed an extremely close relationship with Street Rider of Reno, Paul, Todd, Steven, Christian. So Todd is the father of Steven and Christian, and Paul is like the OG original creator of Street Rider, and the family's kind of slowly working into taking it over, which I think is going to be amazing. Paul is an incredible human being, and allowed us to do those stunt shows. And so, yeah, when I go there, dude, it's incredible because it goes back to you get what you give. And I've given them a lot of energy. I've given them a lot of love. I've given them shout outs, and they do that for me. Christian, one of the dudes that works there, the younger brother, takes all my photos for my comedy shows. He's a photographer. Shout out to
we love Christian.
Shout out to Christian Chuck. And then Steven is a mechanic at the shop, and he has supported, like Christian, so many of my comedy shows. I actually emceed his motherfucking wedding reception, and it was so Catholic when we went to the ceremony, the wedding ceremony, that I was like, I am extremely out of my motherfucking element right now. But guess what? I go to the reception. I had my boy K-Riz there fucking doing live music. We had DJ Rico Suave there on the 1s and 2s.
Hey.
And K-Riz and I co-hosted that reception. And I had a nun pop locking and dropping that ass on your boy. I accidentally grinded on a nun. Honey, I am sorry, but I am not sorry, because if you can get a nun at a Catholic fucking wedding to go to the reception and turn up like that, you did it, So they've been taking care of me. And so I think more so than anything, Street Rider of Reno, what I try to tell the people and the guys that ride in Reno is that go to Street Rider. They're extremely awesome people. They're going to take care of you. And
I don't walk in there like I own it. I walk in there like
you walk in like
family.
family. That's a better way to say it. So we went in there. It was really cool. And what was really cool about it, okay, so like, you remember when you were younger and your dad would like go places where he knew people, but you didn't know anybody there and you're just like the kid? That's how I felt when I walked into this bitch. Joe was like, hey, what's up? Da, 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 da. And because Joe's such a good fucking homie and business partner, and like, I'm so happy to be his business manager, they already knew who the fuck I was. They were like, oh, that's FullTime Tony. Like,
Oh, you don't know FullTime Tony? You're out! You know? Like,
and so it was like so funny because I got to like, they just like were like super dope to me because how cool they are with him, and they're like, oh, I know fucking FullTime Tony, what's up, dude? And so I could talk to Paul about the business, and he was telling me, you know, he's been doing it for the past like 16 years or whatever it is, been working like 15-hour days every day, and so he's ready to get out.
you know what we did with those stunt shows? Is we brought fun and entertainment and interaction, and that's what I think Paul appreciated, and so did Jane over at Road Rider of Reno. And together, collectively, to bring those riders and to bring those people and to bring all the fans to that space and to be able to do that, man. That's why I do what I do when I do what I do when I'm doing it.
Facts. So we get there, the tire gets changed. Who did you pick brakes up for?
My motherfucking duck. Because ducks fly together. Skaka. They don't make that sound, but skaka.
I think it's more like a
I don't know. They find to be. We're ducks.
yeah.
Andy76 on Instagram. Look him up. Andy_76 and J Brew, my 3 ducks that we all represent and show love, and they take care of us to Shreddy Life. Shout out to Shreddy.
Shout out Shreddy.
So they're like my little Shreddy team. And so Andy76 needed brakes for his Dyna because he brought his bagger and his Dyna to the ride out for the lap for leg for our memorial ride for a friend that we lost that we love dearly. And he swapped bikes all day long with Chow Dirt, and got to ride both of his bikes for the lap. And so, yeah, I facilitated that need. I woke up in the morning. We did all the shit that you just explained. I was in a rush, but I think that I also composed myself. Meanwhile, we also went to 3 tribes, 3 nations, and we
I'm not
recorded.
Yeah, let me give it where it says.
The brakes were for Andy76.
Yeah.
He needed brake pads.
Yeah, and it was
anything for you.
It was super dope because like Joe called like legitimately like 20 different people in the car rides everywhere, which was interesting because it was like
communication.
Yeah, because he was like, all right, I'm running late. My house, 11 o'clold.
Do I sound like a crackhead when I do that?
No. You're just like
yeah, the whorehouse. Fucking hurry up and bring the cocaine.
You called Chanel. You called Andy76. You called J Brew. You called fucking Christian, you called a couple of people. I mean, it was great. Anyway, so we leave, we leave Street Rider of Reno. You get the brakes, you get the tire. We roll over to 3 Nations. We get up there. We throw the Culture and Cannabis hoodie on you. We walk in the door. Instantly, energy brings to the room. Everyone's like looking at Joe. And shout out to Ashley over at 3 Nations. We get there. I'm like, all right, Joe, let's just rip this video in like 5 minutes. We get in there, rip the video. Joe, kind of out of his heart, just buys a couple pre-rolls. But they hooked it up, though.
I took those pre-rolls that I bought, and like you said, I got hooked up fat. Yeah. I mean to cut you off. I'm sorry. Do I do that too much?
No, it's okay. You needed to cut me off there. I wanted to wrap up the story, but that was the end of it.
So I took those pre-rolls at the Lab for Legacy, and we're going to get into that. We did a memorial ride out for our friend that passed away.
Keep with the pre-rolls, and then we'll get into the lab.
I got some pre-rolls. I bought them. I supported a business that's supporting us, that we're doing a promotional video for, to show them that
we love them.
You get what you give. And so we love them. And that's what Culture and Cannabis does is we support other people and we support ourselves. And I'm part of that team. Shout out gang. Yeah. JC Coates, how you doing?
Dude, got the intro on the gram.
Chucky, how you doing?
And you know what, dude? I need to start posting up clips now on the Culture and Cannabis page. I've been for spacing, and so I got to post them up. I'm sorry, but you got the Culture and Cannabis collab. I fucking quickly edited the video. I sent it your way. You said looks good, post it, and I was like, all right, my boy, you cool? I posted it. You're like, yeah, I'm posting, my boy. Post it up quick. I think we're almost at 400 likes, like 8,000 views, like 176 shares. Like it's a banger video.
It's good all the way around. It goes back to that mutual beneficial relationship shit. And
so then you leave me at 3 Nations, and then where you go?
I left you. I went home. I threw my tire on. I threw my wheel back on my bike. Shout out to Street Rider for swapping that out for me, and shout out to Dirty Dan for ripping up the VC and grabbing that tire from him for the low. And I had my wife on my bike at the Lab for Legacy. we lost our friend, Danny Leg.
R.I.P.
Danny Legacy Leg, and it's been extremely challenging to be a part of that friend group and to be a part of the B Squad.
Yo, you got your shins blasted, bro.
And the Scully Bones and the fucking B Squad.
Oh.
You know, to be tied in to the B Squad with Danny Leg and all the boys, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then to be in tie with this, like the Scully Bones and what this represents, like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And to get that shin blasted just recently, and it just means a lot to me. And Danny Legacy was a beautiful human being, and we do a ride out for him and his memory. So I left you. I picked up the wife, got on the Harley, rode up with my boy, railed the truckie, gave Andy 76 the brakes that he needed for his Dyna, got the boys together there. We ripped to the Biltmore Casino and had an amazing turnout. We had 118 bikes for the lap for leg. We all met at the Biltmore, and we had some amazing talent from NorCal, some SoCal boys. We had San Diego in the building. We had Jay Brew there. We had Rebel Dean there from Reno, my son's godfather. And we rode a complete lap around the lake. And the whole time it was straight carnage. And cops were super cool. I heard from a bird that we had over 50 to 60 calls on the radio. One of my boys that works up there as a firefighter was listening to the Tahoe radio connection with the police department and with the fire department. And we had over 50 to 60 calls, but we were supportive and we did our thing. And to do that for our boy Legacy, his mother was there. Shout out to Catherine. Shout out to Kathy. It's a special fucking thing to do. And to have that emotion with you and to have you show up and to have you watch how I lead and how I live, I think ultimately it just shows you how about it I am and how much I care about others and how willing I am to do whatever it takes to be on a sick one in life in a positive manner.
Yeah, no, it was super sick. And then, like, you know, we had talked about it and I had been seeing it. And, like, obviously I know the story about Danny and how dope he was and how close he was to you guys. And, like, you know, even talking to Jay Brew about it, right? And so I was taken aback when I saw that photo of you guys on that truck and all of those, like, seas of bikes around you, bro.
Seas.
Like, deep. Like,
yeah, we did the raffle together. We had a tremendous amount of raffle prize. We had Happiest hour there. We had my boy Goldface, who blessed us up with a lot of gloves. Shout out to Goldface and some other T-shirts. And we had just a bunch of other people that sent us in gear and swag. Street Rider gave us some shit, and we were able to do a raffle and raise money, and we gave it to Legacy's mother. And man, you know, the last 2 days prior to today's Wednesday, so Monday, Tuesday were pretty rough days for me.
oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
I came off a sick one on that weekend, how you saw me, how we handled the ride. And Sunday, got a lot of recovery in, and then it was Legacy's birthday the following day, and it's just like, life goes up, down, and side to side. I'll reiterate that every time. And so when you're down, you're down. And so I spent 2 days down, I'll be honest, the last couple of days.
That's why I've been hard
But
to get hold
today,
of.
what's amazing is, and what I try to project on other people is, you can have those downers. Sometimes it's good to feel. Sometimes it's good to allow yourself to indulge in the mourn or in the sad or in the down or in the dumps. But what I always try to do for myself, before I can say it to anybody else, is you have to pull yourself out. You have to have a better day. And today was a great day. And you just have to continue to live like that. You never know when it's your time to go, man. Life is precious. Life is short. Life is sweet. Get up, get active. Get up, get out there. Be yourself. Be somebody.
Be somebody.
Help me out. Help you out. Let's work together as friends. Life is better when we have friends. Mutual beneficial relationships are everything, and communication is key.
Facts. Heavy shit, man.
It's heavy, but it helps us. And if you're ever feeling any sort of way, or if you ever need somebody to talk to, I am like an open book. I don't even give a fuck if I know you or not. If you reach out to me and you're going through it, and if I can assist you, if you turn into a weirdo, I'm going to for sure just kind of deter you away. I'm going to kind of cut you out. But generally open to any and everybody reaching out and hitting me up, and I get it. This has been an amazing podcast. I think I'm pretty close to feeling like we should just, leave them wanting s'mores.
You don't want to talk about pop culture news? I have 2 stories you want to talk about.
Jay, what do you think? Run it.
Okay, so there's been a couple
Pop
things.
culture news. All right,
There's been a couple things in the news that have been happening. 2 different things that I think you are not an expert at, but have been through.
Yeah.
Both these things. So the first thing is this whole Johnny Depp, Amber Heard thing. Have you?
Culture, is that what pop culture is?
Can I get one of those long drinks, please? Before we talk about Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. Oh, there's no more. Jay, can I have a water? I'm so sorry. No, you can have it.
No, share it with me.
Okay, deal.
Chug half. Go.
I'm not gonna chug.
Chug it.
I can't chug.
Half. Go. Go, Tony. Go, Tony. Go. Go. Go, Tony. Go, Tony. Go. Go, Tony. Go, Tony.
It's like 25%. As much as I was at fault of the apology. Of the fact that you didn't pick up the airport. So, Amber Heard, Johnny Depp, bro. You've heard about this?
Yes.
Okay, as someone who has gone through a divorce with children and all that stuff, which is not easy. I have a bunch of people in my life that have been through that. And personally, I don't really know what that's like because my parents are still together and a lot of people around me are still together, like in my immediate family. So, I've never understood that whole thing. But seeing it on public display, it's almost sad, dude. It's I feel bad for both of them. Obviously, I feel bad for Johnny Depp, but then I hear things that he did to her, and it's I just feel bad for everything. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I don't want to get too in depth, and I'm not going to, because what I've been through in my personal experience is fucking traumatizing. And the worst years of my life were from 22 to 26, maybe 27. And I promise you, I'm 30 years old now, and I already have lived my midlife crisis. It is only up from here, my boy. But what I will tell you is, from somebody that's really been through the court system and been through the dumps and been through the dirt, I feel like I'm 30 minutes away from a law degree. I will tell you that I see all the way through their shit. I'm watching it, and I don't need to read the comments, and I do too. I feel horrible that it's been broadcasted to the world, but I will tell you, to be celebrities like how they are, first of all, the fact that Johnny Depp married her is fucking weird.
Pretty crazy.
Elon Musk dated her, fucking James Franco, all these hitters, these dudes. And she's great, but I don't think she's that great. The only movie that I can actually think of that she was in was motherfucking Pineapple Express, when she's the girlfriend of Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
And everybody wanted to fuck her then. But now I think she's full-blown loca. I don't think Johnny Depp's perfect. I think that Johnny Depp was not expecting what he got. Just like what I went through, I was not expecting what I got. And I think that listening to their therapy appointments and shit, and that being broadcasted, and then listening to them in court, in my personal opinion, you have to choose a victim. You have to choose somebody that was egging it on and really causing the conflict and really being a fucking tweaker and a psycho. And that is Amber Heard. And I think that Johnny Depp is 100%, dude, I've watched it quite a bit. I'm almost embarrassed how much I've been paying attention to it. And it's addictive. And that's why we're so fucked up. We watch documentaries on murder shows all the fucking time. We can't get enough of it. And so we're sick fucks. We're on a sick one consistently.
We love drama.
But I personally believe that Amber Heard has really overdone it. I think that her fame and her life situation, which I know nothing about, has ultimately gotten to her. And I think that she's so insecure with Johnny, who's a 50 years old dude. They should have never really been married, and it's a direct reflection of when you marry the wrong person, it'll really spiral your life and send you on a negative sick one. And hopefully the truth comes out. $50 million defamation lawsuit being filed from Johnny Depp to Amber Heard. I think that it should be dropped. I think she should owe him $5 million, and I think that they should just really separate and then have the judge have them do co-parenting apps where they can only talk on the app, have them work out a 50-50 custody agreement, and just allow their assets to just be their own shit. because they're both extremely wealthy people.
And so, what was the whole deal with the ACLU? Like, because they're already divorced. So it's like after this divorce, he had to like give her X amount of dollars, and she said that she was going to donate it all to the ACLU, and then she lied about that.
Just shows you right there. Come on, dude.
I don't know if that's the exact details. Honestly, I'm not super well versed. I just been seeing so many headlines on Facebook and Instagram, and as someone who I'm close to you and I understand the struggles you go to, I wanted to.
When I went through my shit, I wasn't broadcasted on live TV throughout the entire world, but I lost everything. I lost all my friends. I lost all my family. I lost all my respect in Reno. I lost everything.
And it still
and to
happens
think
to this
about
day.
being Johnny Depp and doing that and going through that, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's insane. Shout out to my ex-wife. We're getting along really well. You can mend it. They can figure out this court shit, which is honestly, the court system is a business. You want to keep fighting. You want to keep creating accusations. You want to keep the fucking files open. Well, guess what, motherfucker? You are feeding into the law system, which makes them money. The lawyers get paid. The judges get paid. The only way that everybody keeps working on that system is if people keep fucking up. So come to an agreement outside of the law. If you have a kid with somebody or you have a relationship that is tarnished and that is failing, and you have a kid with them, especially if they're a newborn motherfucking baby, you better figure it the fuck out. And you better not go to court, man. Going to court is definitely the wrong thing to do because all it does is make this person hate this person and then Johnny Depp, Amber Heard. Stupid. It's a joke. And I feel horrible for both of them. And more importantly, I feel fucking terrible for their kids.
Yeah. Shout out to the
They'll
kids.
work through it. We're sick. Why did we listen to the On a Sick One podcast? Sure, it's fun. Watching murder episodes on Netflix and watching the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp case unfold, we're sick.
It's just wild that it's true and like it actually happened in real life.
It's not a movie all the time, Tony.
Life can be a movie.
My life's a movie.
I would say so. You're essentially like Eminem, bro.
I get it out the mud and...
Someone had described you as Eminem and you got offended. Do you remember that?
Being described as Eminem is never offensive.
You told me that. You said, well, they call me B Rabbit. I was like, you mean Eminem?
Yeah, because he's not him in that movie. He is him, essentially.
He didn't. No one called you B Rabbit, though. They called you Eminem. And then you took it as they're calling you B Rabbit.
I don't remember that.
It's okay. We can talk about it a different time. I can.
Hey, Eminem, let me tell you something. I don't think your fucking beard is weird. And
he has a weird beard.
You're from Michigan. I'm born in Ohio, but lived in Michigan forever. You're a huge inspiration in my life. You and Kid Rock. Shout out to Detroit. And I think if I was compared to Eminem at all, and I got weirded out by it, it was how they projected Eminem on me.
Well, I
love Eminem.
I got compared.
B-Rabbit Joe B-Rab. Fuck yeah, dude. What's good, Em?
I think what happened
you kidding me?
You
fucking high?
We both got compared in the same thing, and you didn't like the comparison.
That's what it was.
Because someone called me Dr. Dre, and they called you Eminem.
Yeah, okay. Wow. This is getting heavy. I accept the fact that you're my Dr. Dre and I'm Eminem.
I mean, Eminem's way more talented than Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre just got the strategy. You feel me?
Sometimes it takes two
to tango. Okay, so that was the worst thing pop culture ever heard. Johnny Depp. Second thing, we kind of already talked about it when you kicked that dude in the face. Dude, what if that dude watched the podcast? What if that dude's like...
Hopefully he calls me out and I kick him in the fucking face again. Life is... Forrest said it best. Well, his mother did. Life's like a box of chocolates. Bitch, you never know what you're going to get. But I'll tell you something right now. You want some shitty chocolate? Do shitty shit. You want some fucking good chocolate? Do great things. Now, with that being said, Tony, going back to the kick somebody in the fucking head thing, I'll be honest with you. Sometimes people deserve to get kicked or punched in the face. Can you think of any other situation that has happened recently that would allow us to elaborate on the fact that sometimes people get punched in the fucking face and you may or may not deserve it? And be careful because you might kill a motherfucker?
Well, ironically, the former heavyweight champion of the world, Mike Tyson, just recently got in a fight with a other passenger when he was in first class on a flight home. And so, have you seen the video? Have you seen the video of him?
Yeah.
It's
Read the story, saw the video.
It's pretty interesting because like the guy, like people were recording the guy being like absolutely obnoxious, and no one. I felt, and when I watched that video, I felt so bad for Mike Tyson because I was like, man, if me or Joe were on that plane, we'd be like, hey guy, calm the fuck down.
Oh, dude, perfect example. That's why this is how the angle that I want to take on a approach to this situation.
But this homeboy got punched in the face.
If I'm on the flight and Mike Tyson is in first of all, when I walk on the plane, I might make eye contact with him, but I'm not saying a fucking word.
Correct.
I'm giving a head nod, and I'm walking past him with respect. Drunken fucking dorky boy and his friends get on the plane, and they can't help themselves but to think that Mike Tyson, who is saving money as a smart human being by not being the type of person that feels like he needs to live up to the expectation of having a private fucking jet like a fucking idiot. If we were rich, we would have 5 friends that we shared a private jet with.
Or just fly first class. And then people
Or 5 first class. If I'm Mike Tyson, I'm just telling you, like, me and Mayweather and like a couple other boxers, like some people,
I see what you're
our
saying.
affiliates, we share a plane.
I would agree.
Like, that would probably be the way that I would do it because Mike Tyson does not deserve to be, he deserves to be, like, if you're getting on a plane, you fly a lot, I fly a lot, Jay, you've flown quite a bit, and when you're getting onto a plane, if you're walking through first class, first of all, everybody that's in first class thinks that the open seat next to them is for Joe. I will say that. Which tells me one thing, that one day I will be able to sit in first class, but I will never sit in first class because Coach is cool with me.
No,
As long as I'm not on Frontier.
we're gonna be in first class, bro.
I don't give a fuck about no classes. What I will tell you is that Mike Tyson is sitting in his chair. He is minding his own motherfucking business, and he is kind of trying not to get noticed, but he's also not even in a window seat. He's in an aisle seat.
Yeah.
Dude sits behind him. Dude starts fucking rattling off. Holy shit, man, it's fucking Mike Tyson, dude. Oh! His friend is allowing it to happen, but also feeling like, oh no, stop. Stewardess are talking to the dude, telling him to chill the fuck out. And he just is like, he's on a sick one in a bad way. If I was in that fucking plane and I was watching up front and the plane, like the pilot's like, all right, everybody take your seat. We'll pay attention to the instructional video brought to you in part by the stewardess. I am walking up there and I'm tapping Buddy on the shoulder and I'm not saying anything to him in front of Mike Tyson. I'm grabbing him and I'm dragging him to the back of the plane. And I am telling him, how dare you treat somebody that way and expect for them. That goes back to that creating expectation for somebody that you have no right to even talk to. You have every right to nod to and just be stoked that you're sitting behind him. I would have dragged him in the back of the plane. I would have told him, if you don't shut the fuck up right now, dude, I'm going to treat you like a terrorist. I'm going to snap your neck and tell everybody that you said that you were going to bomb the plane and I was worried about it. Don't talk to Mike Tyson like that ever again in your fucking life. The fact that Mike Tyson, seriously, leave me alone. Seriously, just calm down, man. You know Mike Tyson was probably thinking him, and he was probably if Mike Tyson was alone, they fucked up. Never let Mike go unattended.
I don't know why he was there by himself. Maybe
but
he
dude,
was.
Mike's a grown-ass man, and he's a G, bro. But he should also, if you're that status, you're one of the greatest boxers of all time, you have to also take into consideration, my boy, that you might have that drunk guy behind you that makes you feel weird.
He probably had people with him they were in.
I heard
coach.
that dude was so in his bubble. Here's my circumference, right? If I do this from my ribs and I do this, you are in my circumference. And if you're in my motherfucking circumference, if I'm the heavyweight boxing title champion of the motherfucking world for X amount of years and I'm Mike Tyson and you are in my motherfucking bubble, at that point, dude, I've warned you 4 times. You're freaking me out. I'm going to punch you in the face.
He had no other option,
But you're Mike Tyson.
which is an issue.
Whether you were right or wrong, Mike Tyson is going to have to pay that dude a tremendous amount of money.
I don't think so. I think depending
When
on
you're on a federally regulated airplane And, you know, I think that I think that somebody on the plane or some of the stewardess should have really intervened heavier before Mike got to the. I think it took a little bit to rally Mike. I think it took a little bit to rally Mike to the point where he was like, dude, imagine if you catch a hoof from Mike. First of all, you just went to like, you're well known. You're not in a good way.
Yeah, you're done.
And the definition of famous is well known. But fuck your well knownness, because you just got punched in the face by Mike Tyson for being a weirdo. This ain't a movie, Bubba.
And also Mike didn't even get that good of a punch on him, which I feel bad because I wish Mike did fuck him up.
I'm glad he didn't, because that goes back to my friends. When we get into a fight, I'm trying to break it up, and the next thing you know, we're all going squabs, and I'm worried that, fuck, dude, this one dude that was trying to come at us sideways, that was starting and provoking everything, just got hit so fucking hard in the face and hit his face so hard on the pavement that he's going,
yeah.
And now we're walking away from it, or what? Yeah. Fuck that, man. Always try to create peace. Always try to not be Mike Tyson and punch a fucking right hook on the dude in the fucking face. And never try to be the guy outside of midget wrestling that sees you touching, you know, you see a guy touching your bike and you run up to him back after being 4 blocks away and you go back and kick him in the face. But sometimes in your life, we are what I like to consider wild motherfucking human beings. I won't call us animals, but we are wild fucking human beings.
Sometimes animals.
And sometimes as mammals, you will get punched in the motherfucking face. And if you're deserving of it, like homeboy in the planer, like dude outside midget wrestling, maybe it was worth it for you to get kicked and punched in the motherfucking teeth. Shout out to Mike. I got your back, dog. Anything I can do for you ever, you let me know.
Shouts out. Well, that was my 2 pop culture sections.
Appreciate those pop culture topics.
I want to just really quickly go back to one thing that you had brought up. I mean, you literally got on the chair, but we didn't really discuss it.
Fuck.
You got your shins completely blasted. Like,
yeah.
And you went to a different state to get your shins blasted.
I went to California and Truckee. It's only like a 30-minute piece away.
But you went to a different state.
I went and saw Rob, our boy up in Truckee. Tremendous human being. He stomped him out of the park and totally crushed both of his hands.
So like, there's like a thing that I want to do with my hands. I know I'm not supposed to do it anymore because it's not a thing. The B on your What is that? What is that?
B squad was something that when I first saw it was like, wow, to be a part of the B squad would be incredibly dope. B squad is a group of dudes who are incredibly talented and they're really, really fucking good, but they're just not quite good enough. But they send it in every aspect of every fucking way in their lives every day. So it is not only a lifestyle type of thing in a friend group that I can't even believe that I was given permission by some of the founding fathers to even get these tattoos. Like, dude, this was a big deal for me. This was a big deal for me to have these boys, you know, Dylan, Eric, Dana, Jeff, Joey, like a bunch of the fucking squad homies, Rob, to have them tell me, Boston, to have them tell me that doing it is acceptable and okay is extremely monumental to me. And the shin blasters that I have, the ride out that we talked about earlier with the boys with Laugh for Leg. Before Legacy passed away, he also got the shin blasters. He had the B squad and the Scully Bones shin blasted like I have now, and I ran that back, and I brought that back as a direct representation of living like Leg and being accepted and loved by a group of people that you desire to be friends and loved by. And it's a powerful thing for me, dude. I feel like the legacy continues. I feel like, dude, I see Hawks every day. I see 12-12 way too much. I see
12-12.
Just signs. My wife's extremely spiritual and she's a healer and so like I see these signs all the time, and to have those blasted and to take my shins and to go sick places and do sick shit and represent Leg and represent the squad and all the boys, like let's fucking go.
Let's go.
And it also reminds me that if you want to go somewhere, if you want to be associated with certain people, like, it's not impossible. Nothing is truly impossible.
I love it, bro. So B Squad is like A Squad, and that's why it's B Squad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, have you ever heard of the movie The A-Team?
Yeah, A-Team.
Imagine the B Team.
Okay, and so you guys
They're
are B
still
Squad.
extremely incredible. The thing is like, dude, the level of talent in the extreme sports world is so broad. Like, you have guys that are like decent, and then you have guys that are good, and then you have guys that are Eminem, and then you have guys that are amateur, and then you have guys that are fucking semi-pro, then you have guys that are pro, then you have guys that are like pro, and then you have guys that are like pro, and then you have guys that are like beyond. And so the B Squad falls, I believe, into that pro cusp, amateur as fuck, top tier spectrum, where it's the motherfucking B Squad. Like, that's my interpretation of it. Like, the boys might watch this podcast and be like, dude, what the fuck, dude? What the fuck? They're not going to, because it is exactly what it means. And I think that as a comedian, as an MC, as a dad, as a guy that when I was in high school had a 3.0 average, I'm satisfied with being a consistent B Squad motherfucker.
Just gotta show up
And show out. And be
somebody,
which is also being
yourself. Now we're gonna wrap up the show. Now, Joe, you have a bunch of stuff going on. I mean, you can call me, say, "Yo, bro, I have so much shit going on."
Oh man.
What's going on?
Summer's coming, and it's crazy because when you go through winter, my boy CJ Barham can attest to this. Shout out to CJ out of Sacramento, California. I got a show coming up with him, but during winter, dude, like, shit gets slow, and you're like waiting. Like, the last summer and spring and like session and season was so heavy and so good and so strong that you're like, how can I one up the previous year? And so me as an MC and as a comedian, like, how can I do more and do better than I did last year? Well, I can tell you right now, we're episode 4 of the motherfucking On a Sick One podcast, The Joe Show. So we're already doing more. But it's really been coming back to me on the you get what you give spectrum. And I've been getting phone calls, Tony, that I think of it like this. You reeling it in. Oh, shit. And I got a fish on. And what's crazy is the fish these days are abundant in my life. And so I've been getting these opportunities and these phone calls, these money bags, if you will, and these good opportunities to spread love, awesomeness, appreciation, and gratitude to dope shit. And I've just been really trying to take full advantage of it. And I truly believe that this year is going to be better than last. Comedy show tomorrow. Once a month, every month, last Thursday of the month, typically.
Bangers.
Comedy show at the Polo Lounge. We're going to start doing an annual show. We have a guest comedian coming to headline that we're not going to drop it right here right now.
Yeah, no, not
But some people know. But we're going to start doing a quarterly show at the Alpine, and I'm extremely excited about that. And then stunt shows. The month of May, I'm booked. I'm doing the Ride for the Tatas, which is the breast cancer awareness.
Yeah.
Dinner and ride out, which is huge in Reno. Like, it's like the fact that I'm doing it is fucked.
It's a big deal.
It's a huge deal, and I'm taking it very seriously. And I get nervous for shit, just like we all do. And so I'm taking that event very seriously. It's going to be a huge dinner. A lot of pressure to do well and to leave people feeling good about me as the host for that event.
Facts.
It's the 11th annual. So it's important that I do well. And I don't overdo it, but I definitely never underdo it. So I'm trying to find a happy medium. The 21st, I'm in Sacramento, California. I'm with CJ Barham, Junkyard Kenny, and Sea Bear Stunts at Sacramento Raceway. We have a stunt show. I'm bringing my PA. I'm going to have great music. I'm going to be on the mic, and we're going to fuck shit up. And then that following weekend, Memorial Day weekend, I booked a show. It is for the Madhu tribe in Orville, California, Rancheria
Shouts
the Native
out.
Americans there, and they reached out to me and they want me to do a show there, and it's booked. And they respectfully requested that we bring Tall Boy T, Dom 829, and Baby T. And you already know that if I'm gonna do a show and fucking really bring it to you like that, Todd Stanley Films is absolutely fucking there. So you have a Cinco de motherfucking Mayo of JoeComedy 775, Todd Stanley Films, Tall Boy T, Dom 829, and little Baby T over here on the pinky pink. That is gonna be probably one of the greatest productions and produced shows that I've ever done and potentially ever will do. And there's leads that could make it an annual thing, but to be able to provide my homies with opportunities to do stunt shows and to be able to generate a good profit and amount, to take care of everybody. Everybody leaves away happy. The people that hired us, me, the writers, everybody when they leave feels like they were taken care of like a newborn motherfucking baby.
I'm even happy.
And that is my goal. And that's just the month of May. And on the next podcast, I'll tell you what we got going on in
June. Yeah, also, I got hit up for you to do an MC show on Memorial Day weekend, which is ironic that we talk about abundance. Like, literally, someone hit me up.
I just got hit up today, too. My wife, she got hit up from a girl that was like, I'm worried that this DM's not going to get to Joe, which I check all the fucking rando ones that are not in my general.
The request.
I look at the request. And so I got asked to do another event and to headline a comedy show on the first weekend of May. Who knows? I might be there. I'll probably be there because I love charity events. I love.
It's a charity event.
It's a charity event. So you maybe see me there. I'll be talking about it. But the whole month of May I'm booked, and June's looking sick, and this summer's looking incredible, and I'm just wicked thankful. And I'm gonna continue to do what I do and to just love and proceed with giving back and creating dope opportunities for people. I can't wait to share with you guys the guests that we have coming up. The next 2 months are going to be absolutely insane. I'll give you, you know what? Next month's guest, I'm going to just drop it right now. Dun, dun, dun. Professional BMX rider who is an incredibly dope human being. He reminds me of Tall Boy T is the fact that like he's like a unicorn. Like he's just like, him as a human just has this aura. Hobie Dome. He was in Austin, Texas. Now he's living in San Diego.
Dun, 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 dun.
We're gonna fly him out. Hobie Dome.
Dun, 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 dun.
Is gonna be the next guest, and the following guest after that is gonna be. So stick around for the next two episodes. It's the On a Sick One podcast. Brought to you in part by Culture and Cannabis. Never part-time, always full-time. Tony as my co-host. Again, I appreciate the fuck out of you. Shout out to my boy Jay at Lifestyle Studio for allowing us to put this on and progressively making the show better. Happiest hour out here. Wake before you partake. And the Happiest Hour Companion. These shots are incredible. If you want to know more information about them, you can reach out to me or reach out to Happiest Hour. I also want to shout out to Shreddy Life for blessing your boy with this swagger. Fuck, I can't help it but feel really good when I'm wearing some swaggy shit. Shout out to my family, my wife, my kids. And I just want to remind everybody that going forward in this next week, I challenge you to go back to the gym.
3 times.
3 times a week. And I also challenge you to just go out and be a good person. Every interaction that you have with people, whether it be the gas station attendant, whether it be your coworkers, whether it be your wife or whatever the fuck it is, man, just try to be the best you that you can be. And always love feedback. If you like the podcast, please subscribe, please like, please comment, please share with a couple of friends. It's the motherfucking Joe Show. And if you don't know, it's the You Know Now. Remember that show? Mike Super Show Show? Fuck that. It's the Joe Show, Joe Super Show Show. But it's an hour and 20 minutes. If you've made it this far, thank you. The listeners, I appreciate you guys. We're going to continue to make this motherfucker rock and roll. Culture and Cannabis has got us out here. Like I said, come out to the next event. If you haven't come to a comedy show, please come to that. Please just stay on a sick one.
On a sick one.
On a sick one. On a sick one. On a sick one. Oh, wait. One thing right now.
Oh man, I don't have one.
What are you gonna do?
I was
It's
gonna
the
try
Joe
something.
Show.
Is there any lesson?
It's the Joe Show. It's the Joe Show.
Cheers.
It's the
Cheers.
Joe Show.
Shout out to Long Drink.
On a sick one. On a sick one. I'm sick one. On a sick one. I'm sick one. On a sick one. On a sick one.